Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session to help the client that I was working with feel much more relaxed and confident and calm in what they would consider to be formal environments. And one of the key things that can happen is that people naturally access different emotional states if they are in a different context. So you could be completely relaxed speaking with your friends, but if you were speaking the same type of content on a stage with a big audience, you might feel very anxious and very stressed. So this is designed to contradict and dispel the myth that in order to be successful, you have to be serious. And it really is about unlocking a playful, relaxed, silly approach, but without negating how committed you need to be to actually pursue goals. And the ideal balance is to be really, really serious about what you want to achieve in life, but fairly calm and relaxed and playful about how you actually achieve it. And there are numerous examples of people that reach the upper echelons of their particular niche or craft or area of expertise by being very, very committed to their training or committed to their competency and how competitive they are, but still being playful about how they go about it. Good examples you would think of Usain Bolt. For many, many years, fastest man in the world, very, very successful, and yet almost seemed to be playful just seconds before he was about to do his 100-meter sprint. Well, there's a gold medal at stake. Tyson Fury is another example, someone that would clearly become world champion, securing many belts, but almost seemed to be super relaxed and playful in the run-up to what for many people would be a very high-pressured situation. And this is really what this hypnosis session is all about, to take things that would be serious and formal and to use certain pattern interrupts and ways of thinking so that it doesn't have to be very serious and pressured, because quite often that results in the individual involved being less comfortable in that same situation. And if they were more relaxed and more playful, then actually they become more successful and more competent in exactly the same situation. If you feel like you're struggling with anxiety, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a free consultation call to explore working with me, but you might find that this session is actually quite helpful. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of worry, stress, or tension to feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath, enabling you to go deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to scan your body for any feelings of worry, stress, or tension. And just decide that as you breathe in and breathe out, that this stress, this tension, these worries aren't serving you right now. So as you breathe in that feeling of resourcefulness, just decide to let that tension go. And to feel the tension leave your body in your outward breath, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. That's it. Breathing in and breathing out. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a high-profile leader presenting to a big audience, but doing so in a way where their levels of seriousness are very low. Maybe they just exude enthusiasm, passion, creating wonderful feelings of excitement for a vision. Maybe they're an artist with their words, painting a picture of that vision of the future, making it so clear that other people want to join them on their journey, even if sometimes the words aren't perfect, the structure doesn't have to be exactly right. And yet look around and see that communication in most cases is to inform, explain, but at its best is to create emotions. Wonderful emotions that when you link an emotion to an idea, it creates a chain reaction. And maybe in the past there's been moments where being in the center of attention was a stressful, perhaps even undesirable place to be. But as you breathe in and breathe out, realize that you're different from the version of you in the past. So you can allow any feelings of shame, stress, panic or fear to just melt away. And instead, tap into a new idea. That being successful and being serious don't have to be aligned. And maybe as a child, there was someone you looked up to that was successful, and perhaps their nature was to be more serious. And perhaps at a young age, a thought connected with another thought to create a belief that wasn't true. That in order to be successful, you need to be serious. And being serious meant that you can't make mistakes. You can't fail publicly. Everything has to be perfect. But now, as you're older, you have too many examples, frames of reference, anecdotes and evidence that people can reach the very pinnacle of success by being serious about their goals, but not serious in the pursuit of them. And perhaps the seriousness that is linked to a goal could be considered commitment, even obsession. But the way in which you can achieve the goals can be playful and fun. So use the power of your imagination to imagine a large table, maybe a long dining room table, or maybe a boardroom table. But this table is going to be different, because I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine that every chair at this serious, formal-looking table are going to be brightly coloured, inflatable chairs, yellows and greens and pinks and blues. And I want you to put yourself at the head of this very formal table, and I want you to imagine you are on a strange looking inflatable colourful chair, and I want you to imagine that you are joined by the most serious people you can ever imagine. Stuffy politicians, serious accountants, and have them on these ridiculous inflatable chairs going down this long formal table. And I want you to imagine that they are all dressed in very formal clothes, but you aren't. I want you to imagine at the head of the table on this inflatable, brightly coloured chair, you are wearing clothes that don't conform. Maybe you're wearing t-shirt, trainers, jeans or something else. And I want you to notice how relaxed you can feel at the head of this very formal table, surrounded by formal people. And imagine they have got serious faces. But you notice that you feel completely fine, smiling. And I want you to ask those serious people at that serious table how they really are. And do it in a warm, authentic, genuine way. And notice that your warmth and your relaxation seems to put them at ease. That you are influencing their seriousness by your relaxed, easygoing nature. So imagine this table, and imagine that not just this table, but as you sit at any table, a gentle wave of playfulness washes over you, reminding you to embrace the lighter side of life. That from now on, every formal setting is now an invitation to add a touch of your unique fun energy. And when others display seriousness, it's an opportunity for you to shine with relaxed confidence. And you can effortlessly blend your goal significance with an easygoing pursuit, striking a balance others admire. In fact, the more rigid the environment, the more fluid and adaptable you become, dancing through interactions with an easygoing nature and humour. And what if each human connection is a chance to share joy, lightening the atmosphere with your radiant playfulness? Imagine yourself as a secret superhero where you can wear relaxation like a cape, making every setting feel as comfortable and light-hearted as a lounge room. Every formal chair you sit in becomes a throne of fun, inspiring playful conversations. Because you could be laser focused on your objectives while floating through the process with a feather's lightness. With every formal handshake, a ripple of laughter and ease flows through you, dispelling any tension. And as others conform, you transform every interaction into a memorable moment of levity. You're like a refreshing breeze in a stuffy room, providing much needed relief and joy. And what if the weight of expectation becomes the lightness of playful interaction every time? That whenever you sense seriousness, a playful smirk graces your lips, reminding you of your choice to be different and embrace your uniqueness. That in the theatre of life, you choose to play the role of the light-hearted protagonist, bringing fun to every scene. And before long, you'll notice that your playful energy is contagious, inspiring others to also drop their guard and to enable themselves to be more fun, playful, and easygoing. And every time you sit down in a formal setting, just imagine what it would be like for this formal setting to be in a different environment, with different people. That how you would be at your very best in a different situation can also be the person that you present in a formal situation. And you can have a smile or an internal giggle that reminds you not to take things too seriously. Because you can navigate the world with a playful compass, always pointing towards fun and relaxation. And every now and then the universe will wink at you, reminding you to enjoy every interaction as a dance of joy. And whenever the world does wear a serious mask, you see through to its playful heart and you reflect it back. You can recognize the beauty in every situation, turning serious challenges into games and heavy problems into playful puzzles. Even in the midst of a crowd, where you're the center of attention, you maintain your individuality, standing out as a beacon of fun and ease. Because your playful spirit is your superpower, enabling you to shift the energy of any room. I want you to feel that it's okay to finally let go of this heavy weight you've been carrying of expectation and seriousness, of conformity and formal rules. And as you place it down, you feel that the situations in the future that used to be daunting are now your playground for playfulness, enabling you to have the ideal balance of serious preparation, professionalism and dedication, but playful in your spirit as to how you are in those situations. And as you journey towards your goals, you sprinkle the path with laughter, light, and an irresistible charm. And notice now that as you look down that long formal table, even if people are wearing stuffy suits, Their serious expressions have softened, and you can feel that you have influenced the energy, enabling you to feel relaxed, but also enabling other people to feel more relaxed too. This is your evolution. And what if everything that you've experienced so far was leading you to this point? To a realization that what if you have a unique role to fill? All these things that you've been learning are not mutually exclusive from the very situations that have caused anxiety in the past. It wasn't to separate these. It was to fuse everything together so that you at your best can still be your best, even in these formal situations. And if your unconscious mind is happy to link these two separate areas of your life and fuse them into one, let me know by nodding your head. And as you do so, feel that weight, that fear, that pressure, that expectation being put to the side with an idea that even if the occasional twinge of anxiety or panic visits you, you can even be playful with panic, treating yourself like an adrenaline junkie that just found a temporary source of adrenaline, reminding you to be playful even in the midst of panic and anxiety. As you breathe in and breathe out, just feel any anxiety and stress leave your body. Feel like you're returning to the present as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Returning fully to the present as you wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, embracing that playful, easygoing side of your nature, and willing to test your ability to be non-conforming, even in the most formal of situations, starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.